Hello and welcome to WDW UK Newscast, The Pod. Yes, welcome back. Today is part 2 of our D23 Expo chat. We did speak in the past episode on the Disney Plus TV movies and all that fun stuff. But today we move on to Disney parks around the world. Joining me today is Matt.
Hey!
And Andy.
Howdy.
Yours. Before we do get started, don't forget you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at WDW UK Newscast. Also, hit that like button here on YouTube. We would be most grateful. It would really help us with the channel. Like and subscribe, baby. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Right. Are we ready to talk Disney parks, guys?
Hell yeah.
Not much
Cool.
happened.
What'd you say?
Not much happened.
No,
I don't know what
actually,
the point of this episode is, really.
no, neither do I, to be honest. Cool. So, next slide, please, Andy. Let's get straight into it. Cool. So, obviously, we had the D23 Expo a few weeks back in early September, and on September 11th, we had the parks experiences and products panel. Josh D'Amaro took to the stage and had a little chatty about stuff that's going on. So we are going to start off over in Shanghai. We're going to go through all the Asia parks, Paris cruise line, then we'll move on to the US domestic parks, starting with Disneyland, and then finishing off on Walt Disney World, because that's what we know about. So Shanghai, what did we have? That's right. So they released more concept art for the Zootopia Land come to Shanghai Disney. So new concept art had been released for the Zootopia Land. The animated art showed colourful buildings in the land. Guests will enter the Zootopia attraction via the Zootopia police station, and they will be greeted by Officer Clawhauser audio animatronic before boarding a police vehicle for the ride. Did you manage to catch the video of the animatronic Officer Clawhauser?
I didn't know.
Oh,
No, I didn't either.
It's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. You'd have thought, do we all know who Clawhauser is in Zootopia, yeah?
Yeah, he's the rather giddy cheetah, tiger.
That
Please,
loves
thingamajig.
the singer gazelle and all that fun
Yes.
stuff.
He has the app, doesn't he, like the face off that way he's dancing with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So think of it would be a life-size version of Officer Clawhauser. It is phenomenal.
How animated is it? Because he's very animated in the movie.
The movement is very fluid. He's got the eyes are like Anna and Elsa's in Frozen Ever After. So like do they use LED screens for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Very
it's
animated,
like that.
aren't they?
Yeah. So
Oh,
you'll
that's
have
cool.
all the blinking in that. So yeah, I mean, I assume, and we'll talk about this later when we get to Disney World, but I assume this is very similar to what we may see in Florida should things go ahead with that stuff. There wasn't much for Shanghai, and they swiftly moved on to Hong Kong, which was, first of all, my wonderful background, which is the new statue of Walt and Mickey. So at Hong Kong Disneyland, to celebrate Disney's 100th anniversary celebration, a new statue of Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse will be unveiled near Cinderella Carousel. The statue will be done in the same style as the other iconic Walt Disney statues at parks around the world. It immortalizes the moment when Walt, sitting on a bench and watching his daughters on the merry-go-round, dreamt up the idea of Disneyland. This will be unveiled sometime next year for the 100th anniversary celebration. That's a cool statue.
Partners is better.
Yeah, no, but that's cool. That's wicked.
I like that they've left space on the bench for the obvious photo opportunities that statue is
Yeah.
going to create.
Yeah. It's cool. I do like it.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it
In
looks
fact,
incredible.
if anything, I like the rendering. I mean, I'd have that on the wall somewhere. That'd be nice.
Yeah,
Just that
it's
picture.
lovely concept art.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And then we moved on to Arendelle. World of Frozen will be opening at Hong Kong Disneyland in the second half of 2023. So concept art and ride vehicle, as you can see in the photo, concept art are currently on display at the D23 Expo. It will have its own version of Frozen Ever After, so the ride we have in Epcot, plus 2 new attractions, Wandering Oaken's Sliding Sleighs, which is, you can see in the concept art to the right, you can see the roller coaster track with the sleigh going round the bend. Can we all see that?
Can.
Yeah, look, that looks funky. And a playhouse in the woods. The former is a roller coaster through the mountains. Arendelle, World of Frozen's will also have several shops and restaurants. So I think this looks pretty stunning as well if it's going to end up looking like that.
Where's this going? Because I remember correctly, Hong Kong's only got 4 lands. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't actually know where they are. I don't know whereabouts in the park they are building this. I'm going to assume it's Fantasyland sort of way.
Yeah.
It must be. I can't imagine it's going to sit around the back of their Tomorrowland or something like that. That just wouldn't make any sense.
They wouldn't make a second gate, would they?
No. I wouldn't think so. Not in Hong Kong. Not at the minute.
No.
But yeah, so again, something similar to what Disneyland Paris might be getting. I know they're not going to be getting everything that you see and what I've just mentioned there, but something along the lines of that. And then Tokyo, the place I really want to visit the most. So we got
Why that looks rubbish?
Huh?
Why that looks rubbish?
What?
That picture.
Oh, that's amazing.
Why can't we get nice things like that?
That's Space Mountain.
I know, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Because we don't have the Tokyo Land Company to pay for things.
Oriental Land Company, yeah. So just tomorrow shared the first look at the stunning transformation of Space Mountain at Tokyo Disneyland, showcasing how the attraction will transition from day to night with a nod to the original architecture. This reimagining Space Mountain will anchor a new plaza and will be completed by 2027.
So still before Tron.
Yeah, most probably. So,
Don't do that to me.
Huh?
Don't do that to me.
Oh, no. I'm still not convinced Tron will be open by the time we get there next spring. And I know they've said what the opening is. And then we had a look at Fantasy Springs. So at Tokyo Disney Resort, Frozen is one of the stories coming to life as part of the Fantasy Springs expansion at Tokyo Disney Sea, joining 2 other Disney animation stories, Peter Pan and Tangled, plus a brand new hotel integrated right into the park. Fantasy Springs will feature several new audio animatronics figures, including Elsa, who sings in Japanese and whose movements sync with the rhythm of the language. So they did show another. I think it was just before they brought everyone out to sing. I believe it was "Let It Go" on the stage at D23. They did show a clip of the Elsa animatronic as well, and it was rather impressive as well. And it wasn't like the ones we've got at Epcot. It was no LED eyes. It was proper full face.
More like the Avatar one.
Yeah. Very much so. So again, I mean, this concept art alone, like if someone was to make a puzzle of that, you'd buy it, wouldn't you? And
yeah,
it just looks stunning.
I'm intrigued by what the attraction would be for Tangled.
Climb out the window.
Don't get me wrong, I'm glad Tangled's getting something, but
Yeah, you just got to climb up the
just climbing up some yellow rope.
If anything, I reckon it'll be the what's the pub called?
Oh, the Snuggly Duckling.
Ugly duckling.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be a restaurant. If anything,
They must have an attraction going in there.
Oh, maybe you get to ride in giant lanterns and it just flies up.
let's be
Yeah,
honest,
that
we've
would
seen
be-
Stranger Things there, haven't we? So yeah.
True. Disneyland Paris. So Disneyland Paris was next. So Disneyland Paris's 30th anniversary celebration will come to an end on September 30th, 2023. The grand finale of the celebration will be the premiere of a new Pixar show at Walt Disney Studios Park. Concept art for the show Pixar We Belong Together features the Monsters Inc. characters on stage, as you can see. Disney Studios Park needs all the help it can get, to be honest. Even with Avengers Campus, it still, for me, still needs a lot of work done to it.
Yeah, those prefab show buildings need to go.
Yeah. I mean, this looks like it could be quite funky.
Mm-hmm.
All different Pixar stuff. Looks cool. Concept art looks cool. And then, so Disney Studios is also new Tangled attraction coming to Disneyland Paris Resort. So at D23 Expo, there was more announcements. So Disney Studio Park will receive a Tangled attraction. It looks like it's going to be some form of spinner ride. And I believe it's the sort of canopy area, just sort of right middle-ish of the concept art. It's going to be there. You can see where Toy Story Land is to the right with the RC racers, and it's just gonna all this is going to be to the left of that. So it's going to be sort of Mad Tea Party type, but it's rumored to be wooden boats spinning around lanterns. So Matt was sort of right when it comes to lanterns and stuff like that. And then we're going to get a Frozen themed area as well in Disneyland Paris. So again, looks quite cool. Very similar to the Hong Kong concept art. Obviously, except doesn't look like there's going to be a roller coaster, and to be honest, no sort of confirmation whether Frozen Ever After will end up there either. But again, that looks quite cool as well.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, not bad. Cool. Right, Disney Cruise. Hotel. Sorry. Frozen themed rooms at the Disneyland Hotel as well is also been announced, and there's your concept art for that. So that looks quite cool as well, to be honest. So if you've got Frozen fans, it's you'd quite like to stay in a room like that, I'd imagine.
Yeah, if thinking about it, with the exception of maybe Santa Fe with the Cars theme, and then Hotel New York, which is Hotel Marvel, I don't think they've really updated a lot of the hotels.
Nah, not really. I mean, we've stayed at Sequoia Lodge, and that's pretty sort of. It's nice, don't get me wrong, but it is sort of run-of-the-mill hotel room. Not a great deal of theming.
Yeah,
you know, it is what it is. Now we move on to Disney Cruise Line. Cool. So, Disney Treasures is going to be the name of the next Disney Cruise Line in the fleet. It will be an adventure-themed ship. So, I imagine we're going to see some pretty cool restaurants and maybe a new version of the Aqua Mouse or whatever they may call it on this. But again, it's another one added to the fleet, which looks pretty cool.
So I'm going to say something a little bit controversial here.
Go on.
I didn't mind the Wish, but I felt it was a bit antiseptic in its colour scheme. Like it was just a little bit too much white.
Well, good news. There's lots of blue in this one.
Yeah.
Yay!
So the atrium shows the golden statue of Jasmine and Aladdin on the magic carpet. And
I thought that was Stitch surfing.
See, that would be better, right?
My eyes are terrible.
God, don't. But I think that looks really nice. The golds and the blues, and then Aladdin and Jasmine and carpet is a nice addition to the atrium as well. I think that looks really smart. If it's gonna,
I'm actually just looking at all the characters on the carpet. So you've got an elephant, which
I imagine is a boo.
You got a scarab, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of detail in that concept art. So,
Yeah.
It looks really funky.
It does feel very Arabian Nights-ish.
Yeah, that's true. But I think, again, it's meant to. If you're going with the Aladdin and Jasmine as your atrium characters, I think that's what you're looking at.
That theming to me feels a lot better than what I think the Wish is.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, because they've got the interactive games on the Wish and the Dream. I think you got like the midship detective agency with the Muppets and all that. I wouldn't be surprised if it's on this. You have something very similar, but it's Genie from Aladdin.
Oh, cool! Yeah.
That I obviously don't. That's just me blue sky in there, but that would fit the theme of adventure. Peter Pan, Genie. I don't know. Something along the lines of that, maybe. That would work for me. And then we got some new concept art for Lighthouse Point. So it's so the new private island is under construction, and the destination is inspired by stories of the Bahamas. The team is committed to preserving the environment. So Lighthouse Point will use 90% solar power. And it will be at the end of the island. Oh god, I've tried it. Eleutheria. I'm going with that. It's definitely not. I'm going with it. But let's have a look. So I mean, that looks pretty cool. And as someone that's visited Castaway Key, that it looks pretty big.
Yeah, it's quite sizable.
I quite like
it's Bannerman Town in it.
It's what, sorry?
It's just in the Bahamas. It says Bannerman Town.
That's what I've got here. I've got this stuff.
Eleuthera? I don't know. I butchered as well.
Eleuthera. It's just an island. They've bought it. It's theirs. They're building canopies and stuff.
It does look very nice.
Yeah, doesn't look too bad, does it? And then the last thing on Disney Cruise Line is they're going to be sailing to Australia and New Zealand.
Ooh.
Yes. So Disney Cruise Line will be traveling to the South Pacific for the first time with the Disney Wonder visiting Australia and New Zealand. The first South Pacific cruises expected to begin October of 2023. Which sounds cool. Again, I'm never going to go to Australia because
spiders,
snakes,
sharks, crocodiles.
But again, if you want to go to Australia and you love Disney, sort of win-win there, isn't it?
New Zealand, Middle Earth,
New Zealand as well.
I'll do it.
Oh, all right.
Yes,
you do it.
I don't mind spiders and snakes and sharks.
No.
Just as long as I don't bump into that Paul Robinson from Neighbours, because he's a crafty one.
No, it's all right. Everyone that watched the finale, he's calmed down now. He's settled back down with his future wife.
You watched the finale, jeez.
Oh,
I haven't watched Neighbours since Kylie left the first time.
No, the season finale was amazing, but that's a whole different podcast. If I could have the next slides, please, Andy. Thank you so much. We now move on to Disneyland. So, right, this is where we get a little bit more in depth and talk a little bit more rather than what we've just had a chat about with the Asia parks, because in the nicest possible way, we're not sure when we're ever going to visit. So there's that. So Walt Disney World's Galaxy's Edge gets shafted again because California get the Mandalorian and Grogu meet and greet. So that's fun for everyone. This annoys me.
He looked great as well.
He looked amazing.
Yeah.
But this annoys me. And the reason why it annoys me is because they are shackled by the timeline of the Star Cruiser.
Yeah.
So we can't have nice things like a Mandalorian meet and greet because it doesn't fit within the timeline of the Star Cruiser. And it's really annoying and really bugs me. Fair play to you Disneyland people. You get it. That's fine. You know, and he will be appearing in November when he's going to be arriving at Disneyland. But like this,
surely it wouldn't be that hard to change the storyline of the Star Cruiser.
Probably
No,
not, but don't call us Shirley.
But of course it wouldn't. Yeah, whoop whoop, good joke.
Can't be the classics.
Yeah, no, of course it wouldn't. It wouldn't take a lot to change the. All they've got to do is just go, nah, who cares? Anything can happen on the Star Cruiser. Palpatine can show up. Vader can show up. It doesn't matter.
So,
everyone's there.
I see. I don't mind the new phones, you know, apart from all of them, but the relevance of this New Republic era with Rey and Finn is not going to be as culturally relevant to the fans of Star Wars as the Imperial storyline. So why not have the Galactic Star Cruiser during the time of the Empire, where it's stormtroopers that, you know, proper Imperial stormtroopers, not First Order ones, and yeah, you've got Vader facing off against Luke. That to me would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, or don't worry about it. Just let him show up.
Yeah, I'm sure people wouldn't really care.
Just let him appear in the parks.
We don't know if he's dead by the time Rey and that lot come around. We don't.
He's not.
I don't care.
Grogu's keeping him alive forever.
I don't care. I just want to give him a swift high five and a selfie. I don't care.
I want to take the dark.
There's plenty of things they could do to make all of this fit together.
Of course they could. To me, it's laziness because of the Star Cruiser.
Again,
Shrek
that was
came
terrible.
on stage. Shrek came on stage. Yeah.
Saw that bloody walkout.
Yeah, I mean it. So a meet and greet with the Hulk started yesterday at California Adventure. So Smart Hulk in his quantum suit, which is cool. You can meet the Hulk. It's really cool. But
that's not the Hulk anyone wants.
The walk was insane.
It was so bad.
He waddled out like Pingu, and it was just crazy. I mean, it was a spectacle, don't get me wrong, but boy, oh boy, the way it moved out, we did laugh when he walked out on stage. We went, the Hulk. And then we saw him walk and we went, the Hulk.
That's why they haven't done it before. Because it doesn't work.
I mean, I imagine people are going to get a kick out of this in California. So, you know, it's pretty cool.
I can see all the Instagram and TikTok videos now saying not in Florida.
Oh dear, unbelievable. I think we'll leave Smart Hulk there. Mm-hmm. So they then announced that the multiverse is coming to Avengers Campus.
Is that Sauron?
No. We'll explain who that is in a minute. me and Matt watched the beginning of the parks panel together, and I'm not going to lie, we lost our minds a little bit at this. So this is concept art for a new attraction. It'll be a family adventure where you'll team up with more of the Avengers and their allies to battle against foes from the multiverse. The guy in the middle is an all-new villain. We've never seen him before. That's King Thanos. This is the Thanos that won.
Okay.
So he didn't end up losing in Endgame and all that fun stuff. So he's been a villain designed specifically for Avengers Campus and this attraction. I think was there about 3 Spider-Men on that screen, and there's loads.
Werewolf by Night on the right.
Who? Sorry.
Werewolf by Night on the right.
Yeah.
Mike Thor.
Got 2 Hulks.
Captain Britain. Oh, Captain Carter.
Yeah.
Shuri. Daredevil.
How many versions of the Hulk are there?
We've got World War Hulk, Incredible Hulk, She-Hulk.
And is that Hulk from Ragnarok?
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Yeah. That's what I was saying,
Yeah.
World War Hulk.
Mighty Thor, and so Thor. So yeah, there's a fair amount there.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, it should be fun. Should be fun, shouldn't it?
Yeah. 2 Captain Americas.
Yeah, and you've also got what's it from the What If episode, the Captain Cut on the left. Hydra Stomp.
That's it.
Hydra Stomp. So inside there is Steve Rogers without the super soldier serum. So that's cool. So I think this is going to be a little bit mental. I think this ride.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah, I think when this ends, California is in my trip planning. I shall be.
It wouldn't be as expensive if we left our partners and children here.
Oh yeah, they don't need to go. This is that'll be a work trip.
Business trip, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a podcast trip. Sorry, y'all.
Yes.
Y'all staying at home. And there is King Thanos. Look at him. It's Bob Chapek with a helmet on.
He definitely looks like he smited a couple of hobbits and got the Ring of Power.
Yeah. He looks cool. We could they get Josh Brolin back to.
Surely they will.
You'd think they would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. We then had the announcement that Pacific Wharf California Adventure is to be reimagined into San Francisco from Big Hero 6. So Pacific Walk, which invokes San Francisco's waterfront, will be imagined into San Francisco from Big Hero 6, where East meets West and technology meets tradition. Imagineers are in the early phases of this work, but you can see glimpses of what's to come for children of all ages. The young and young at heart, there will be a place to meet Baymax plus new spots to eat and shop.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool. I'm loving the Big Hero 6 love that we got.
Very underrated film. Oh,
so good. So good. I haven't had a chance to watch Baymax yet on Disney Plus, but that's another one that needs to be watched. So the Paradise Pier Hotel will become the Pixar Place Hotel. Cool. And it will featuring Grape Maple foods and beverages. So they're reimagining Paradise Pier Hotel to be Pixar themed, and it will be called the Pixar Place Hotel. There's going to be a Finding Nemo splash area.
Cool.
So that looks quite funky, doesn't it? Couple of slides on the left there.
I can see me running through that.
And they will fans of fried chicken and maple bacon donuts
Oh,
will they will welcome the team from Southern California local favorite Grape Maple, which will open a flagship restaurant on the first floor and operate other food and beverage locations throughout Pixar Place Hotel. The modern American eatery specializes in upscale comfort food with a twist, serving fresh takes on American classics for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So,
Yummy.
yeah, donuts and chicken for breakfast.
hell yeah.
Sounds like the downtown Disney district will see some new restaurants arriving. So earlier in the year, Parks blog announced that Din Tai Fung, a world-renowned Asian restaurant that originated in Taiwan and specializes in soup dumplings, will join the district with its authentic cuisine. And also Portos Bakery and Caf. This got a big cheer
Yeah,
at
people went nuts with
D23.
that.
I have absolutely no idea what Portos is, but
But it must be popular in California.
they lost their collective minds in that
Right.
in that
And then
room.
they went even more nuts when they're like, oh, and everyone's got free samples when they leave.
Yes, they
And it
did.
just went again.
They went,
Freebies!
oh yeah. And Josh tomorrow was like, yeah, and you get a free sample when you leave, and everyone was like, yes, Josh, I love you.
Providing you cheer for Bob. Hey!
Yeah.
I'll
So
start.
it's an iconic Southern California destination known across the country for its sweet pastries and desserts, as well as delicious California Cuban-inspired dishes. It will be coming in the future. So they haven't given a date yet, but it's coming to Downtown Disney and Disneyland. So I'd be very interested to try this if I ever get over there and see what all the fuss is about.
Yeah.
Run
just,
Disney's coming back.
Yay, who needs a second mortgage?
That's it. It will return. So Run Disney will return with events in 2024. They did say to keep an eye on rundisney.com to see if there will be any more updates coming soon. And then Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is coming to Toontown. So they also shared some concept art of the El Capitan Theatre, where a special exhibit created by the Toontown Hysterical Society is celebrating all things Mickey with costumes and props from the Toon world. The exhibit features several items guests may recognize from classics, including Steamboat Willie and Plain Crazy, all the way through to more modern favorites such as Mickey's Christmas Carol and iconic music releases. So anyone that ever had, can we see the Disco album up on the wall?
I've got that. Well, on
Yeah.
my phone.
Have you?
Yeah,
That's very cool.
crazy. Building a new legacy of Mickey's Toontown. Upon reopening the land, there will be more opportunity for families to play together with new open, grassy play spaces for everyone to unplug. It says we are stepping into a new era of inclusive experiences in this land for families of all ages. And then they went on to say, here's a look at Goofy's How to Play Yard. Goofy's Neck of the Woods will be dedicated to all things play, where the soft, spongy ground is the perfect place for youngsters to enjoy a fun, enclosed area. Here, Goofy encourages his son Max and all his friends to play the Goofy way. So they've got rid of the bounce house because too many kids kept clashing heads, I'd imagine. And it became a bit of a accident report book scenario. So inside the house, Goofy has set up a candy making contraption that only he could imagine.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it looks like it might be one of them, like the softballs, when you through the tubes is what it looks like. And this got a cheer as well. Donald's boat isn't going anywhere. People were worried. People were really
Okay.
worried. Yeah, and this got a cheer. So it says here you see Donald's boat, which has crashed in the duck pond of the Goof homestead. Around Donald's duck pond are larger than life spinning water lilies, balance beams, and rocking toys that will keep adventurous kids busy. And for those who like a little splash in their step, a flood of fun awaits. This was fun when it was in Florida, and I actually fell over and absolutely cracked my head on the wooden plank walkway. That hurt so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
See, I don't remember
Yeah.
this in Florida.
Oh, it was wicked.
No. Oh, we used to
Oh.
play in this all the time.
Yeah.
We would hit the barnstormer and then come out and go straight into Donald's boat and just play in there for like an hour. It was mad, and you just come out soaked.
And then in
Nope,
5
don't
minutes
remember it.
time, you dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's Florida heat, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you know where Dumbo is now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that is where Donald's boat was, smack dab where the left-sided Dumbo is, because it was right next door to the barnstormer.
Honestly, don't remember it. But then, in all fairness, there's a big period of time between 2030, so it's 2003, I think it was, to 2014 that I didn't go. So over 11
Right.
years, could have installed it and took it away.
Fair enough, yeah. So it says these new experiences will join existing favourites like Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin, Mickey's House and Minnie's House, plus other attractions will be reimagined in new and exciting ways, including Gadget's Go Coaster. Mickey's Toontown will reopen early 2023. Cool. Anyone want to add anything else to Toontown, or happy to move on to Tiana's Bayou?
Which Florida
Yep,
did
move on
get
to
one
Tiana.
again, but
Yeah, cool. So when we talk about Tiana, we're also talking about the Disney World version as well. I'm not going to talk about it twice. That would be ridiculous. So new details came out. So Tiana's Bayou Adventure will open at the Disneyland Resort and Walt Disney World Resort in late 2024. The new attraction story will pick up right where The Princess and the Frog left off. At the end of the film, Princess Tiana realizes her lifelong dream when she opens her restaurant, Tiana's Palace. We pick up the story during Carnival season, where Tiana is hosting a party for the people of New Orleans. She discovers her celebration is missing a key ingredient and needs our help to find it. On Tiana's Bayou Adventure, we'll join Tiana and Louis on a trip to the Bayou, where they meet sorts of unelected new friends who have a special role to play at the party. The attraction will get a whole new look and feel, plus Imagineers are blending tried and true techniques with the latest technology to make this feel like an entirely new attraction. Additionally, it was announced that talented voices from the film will reprise their roles in the attraction, including Bruno Campos as Prince Naveen, Michael Leon Woolley as Louis, Jennifer Lewis as Mama Odie, and the one and only Anika Noni Rose as Princess Tiana. This is especially exciting news since new music will be a big part of the experience on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I really hope, that they recycle the animatronics in this ride. They keep the animatronics in this ride, and it's not all replaced by bloody screens, because if it's all replaced by screens, they've already lost. They have to keep animatronics.
put some screens in there. But yeah,
I've got no issue with screens being in it, but for a ride that had as many animatronics as it had, they need to be reskinned to. I mean, you could surely you can reskin Brer Bear to Louis. Could you not?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but I'm looking
I reckon the tambourine chickens are safe. They ain't going anywhere. They're gonna be at the end of it, going catch it down in New Orleans, something like that. That's
I call them church chickens because it always looks like they're praising Jesus with their.
yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, seeing I'm
I
just having
mean-
flashes of the Blues Brothers, you know.
I mean, I'm gonna miss Splash Mountain. I'm gonna miss it
Yeah.
big time. I'm not gonna miss the tone of the ride in terms of the story of Song of the South and all that stuff. I'm not getting into it. But this should be cool. It's got to be. They can't
Yeah.
mess this up, surely.
So here's a thought, right? They've obviously turned and said that they want to keep the Splash Mountain mechanism ride. Considering the age of the product, right? So Splash Mountain was open, what, in the mid-90s? So it's getting on for 30 odd years old. Would it not just been better to level the ride and rebuild from the ground up?
No.
But we
I'm
want
not saying
the
get rid of
Splash
it, but
Mountain.
That costs money for one.
yeah.
Costs money for one. And I'll tell you for why. Okay. It costs money. They're not going to spend it to knock it down and rebuild something else. They'll leave the mountain looking pretty much exactly the same as what it is now, except they'll probably take all the what are they with the thorns? You won't be going into a big thorn bush this time. You'll be
You mean like a
doing
briar
something
patch?
Yeah. You're not going to be going into that. That's the only thing they'll probably change from the outside. I can't imagine they're going to change much on the mountain. Apart from they might make it, I don't know, put Mardi Gras beads around it. I don't know.
Well,
Welcome to
Andy,
the ride.
were you thinking that they should level it because of like you said, nearly 30 years old, like possible structural integrity?
Yeah, so I was thinking, like, like they did with the Hulk coaster a few years ago. They basically
Yeah.
bricked it and rebuilt it.
It's just because the Matterhorn's still standing, so I don't think Disney really care about structural integrity anymore.
Yeah, but the Matterhorn was built at a time when Disney actually gave a damn about building things.
Alton Towers are closing Nemesis and retracking that as well.
Yeah.
And again, Nemesis is 30 years old.
It's easy for a roller coaster. It must be very difficult to retrack a boat ride. I know you've obviously got to drain it, which is what they're going to do anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I would say, on the most part, we're looking forward to it. Is what I'm saying.
Definitely, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Also at Disneyland Park, Tiana's Bayou Adventure will be in New Orleans Square, which allows the opportunity to tell even more Tiana stories. An all-new retail store will be opening in New Orleans Square at Disneyland on September 20th, so that's already opened, called Eudora's Chick Boutique, featuring Tiana's gourmet secrets. Tiana is collaborating with her talented dressmaker mother, Eudora, to open this fantastic little shop with accessories to create and serve masterful Orleans style cuisine and more.
So beignets.
Yeah, I was about to say, where can we get beignets?
Oh boy!
Sorry.
Yeah. Cool. So, it's going to be 100 years of Disney. Crazy to think. At Disneyland Resort, the Disney 100 anniversary celebration will kick off in late January 2023, with special limited time celebrations taking place throughout the whole year. The happiest place on earth will receive new platinum infused decor, new sparkling looks for Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse and their pals, special food and beverage offerings, and so much more. Disneyland Resort guests will be dazzled by two all new nighttime spectaculars: World of Color 1, which is what we're seeing the art for here at Disney's California Adventure, and Wondrous Journeys at Disneyland Park, which is what we are seeing here. At Disneyland Park, Walt's original Magic Kingdom will become a magnificent canvas with Wondrous Journeys, a new nighttime spectacular that will ignite the wonder in all of us. It will feature nods to all 60 Walt Disney Animation Studio films to date, taking us on a journey filled with artistry, music, storytelling, and heart. It will continue to build upon the park's state-of-the-art projection effects, turning Main Street USA's Sleeping Beauty Castle, the facade of It's a Small World, and the Rivers of America into an artist canvas that brings characters to life all around you as fireworks dance in the sky. Wondrous Journey will also feature an incredible new song, It's Wondrous, which was sung at D23 the other week. Plus, yeah, it sounded all right to be fair. It's all right. I'd have to listen to it again, but it didn't sound too bad. Plus, in the spring, the long-awaited return of Magic Happens parade will debut at Disneyland Park. They look forward to sharing more details on how Disneyland Resort will celebrate the company's 100th anniversary in the weeks and months to come. So, for those of you playing the home game, Magic Happens debuted in March of 2020 and closed in March of 2020 when the COVID-19 pandemic shut the park. And it just hasn't returned since. I thought this parade was awesome.
It's incredible.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. It was so good. We made it Freddie's birthday cake.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
You did,
yeah,
I
called up one of the professional cake makers of Facebook and was like, sent them literally like that picture of Mickey standing on the hat. I'm just like, do you reckon you could do something like this? and it was I'll see if I can dig out a photo. I'll send it to you. It was absolutely incredible.
Put it on the social. Put it on
I'll
Instagram.
find it.
Yeah,
show it. Yeah, we'll add that
That's
to the
cool.
socials. Matt will dig out the picture of the Magic Happens cake. Yeah, so Magic Happens is returning. Soundtrack was cool. Floats look decent. We loved it. We love watching it on YouTube because obviously not been to California, but really happy that this one's returning. Did you ever watch this, Andy, before?
I did, mate. I enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it because I do like Festival of Fantasy. I think it's a great parade, but I also think it's been around now for about 8 years.
Oh, it needs to go.
And I think this would have been a great parade to transplant over to Orlando. So
yeah.
So fingers crossed.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, look, everyone! We're going to talk about Disney World now. It's only taken us 48 minutes to get here, but here we go. Okay, what should we start with? Oh yeah, Enchantment.
Does it matter? Can we not just make things up as we go?
No, Enchantment. Get in the bin. Happily Ever After is coming back, and I couldn't be more happier.
I'm so happy about this.
I was so gutted I never got to see it before, obviously, because when it started the global pandemic, and then obviously this thing came, and then it's like, oh, we'll bring it back 3 months after you went home. Thank you, Disney.
So there's no return date, but they have said after a year of Disney Enchantment, Disney has announced that Happily Ever After will return to the Magic Kingdom next year. A specific date was not provided. The Happily Ever After anthem will return as part of the updated spectacular and is expected to resemble the well-known Happily Ever After fireworks we all know and love. So for those of you that didn't watch the Parks panel stream, it came on after about 30 minutes of a random screen just being there counting down to when it's going live. And there's Jordan Fisher and please forgive me, I can't remember her name, who sings it with him. And they're singing Happily Ever After.
Remember what we were like?
And
that's when we were watching it around mine.
Yeah.
We were like, what?
We're sitting on the edge of the sofa, and the kids are playing the Nintendo making noise, and I turned to him and just went, shut up. And they went, what? I went, shut up. And they looked at me and I was like, are they bringing this back? Are they bringing this back? And Matt turned to me and went, are they bringing this back? And then
Angie
Because-
Kielhauer.
that's the name. Thank you.
Because
And
I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but when we go next year, it's going to be 8.5 years since I've been to Disney World. And so I never ever got a chance to see Happily Ever After.
well,
And then
don't-
when
yeah.
when COVID happened, and they released that, and Walt Disney World released that Kiss Goodnight, and it was the whole Happily Ever After show. Me, Freddie, and Miles, and sometimes Molly sat down and watched it before bed. And like, especially Freddie, he absolutely loved it. And all I wanted to do was actually be there live and watch it with him. And then they went, we've got this new show coming out called Enchantment. And I was like, oh. But now it's back and I can do it.
well, I mean, I will say the 50th anniversary finishes on the 31st of March. So logic dictates that Happily Ever After should be back on the 1st. But yeah,
When do you guys go?
at 31st of
31st.
March.
Mate, fingers crossed, you, honestly.
And we'll be in the Magic Kingdom on the 1st. So it's going to be a madhouse there in the evening for that return, if that is the day it comes back. But
Or we're going to have a very emotional Matt, aren't we, Dan?
yes, we are.
We're going to have a very emotional Matt.
Tim
We are.
will be very cool to watch. Just keep an eye on the park reservation system. The second they announce it, they do announce the first. Just watch that availability disappear.
Well, the thing is, I've already booked my day at the Magic Kingdom because I'm the one that's got my passes at the minute. So it looks like if they don't get their passes in time, I'll be leaving them all there and happily ever after without them.
Be like that on FaceTime. Matt, what? Look at this.
Look, Matt, look. Right. Oh, there's this roller coaster coming.
Told
I
you.
don't know if anyone's ever heard, called Tron Light Cycle Run. And it's going to actually open spring of 2023.
When are we going, Dan?
We're going 31st of March till the 14th of April.
Which is
I
technically
suspect
spring
this ride
into
will-
summer.
I suspect this ride will open on the 15th of April when we land back in England.
Yep.
Just be our luck.
And on your last day,
Yeah.
you go somewhere fancy like Animal Kingdom or something daft like that. And all of a sudden, all you're seeing on Facebook was Magic
Tron
Kingdom, the
open.
soft opening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
You
that
said,
on the park hopper.
Yeah, I've already said I'm going to be hanging around Tomorrowland like a bad smell. Just be like, are you testing it? Can I go on it? To be fair, I'm more excited about the railroad reopening.
Yeah. It's not like that's
Just-
been closed for a long time or anything, is it?
No, don't. Hatbox Ghost. So, after returning to the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland in 2015, the Hatbox Ghost will materialize in the Haunted Mansion at the Magic Kingdom next year. The Hatbox Ghost was in the original Disneyland Haunted Mansion for only a few weeks before vanishing for nearly 50 years. He appears at the end of the attic scene after the bride, but it's unknown where he will be in the Magic Kingdom version at this time. So for those of you who don't know what the Hatbox Ghost is, he's a ghost that holds a hat box and his face disappears from his face, goes into the hat box, and then goes back onto his body. And he looks like that. So it's pretty
Magic.
cool. He's pretty cool.
I get it's cool, but what's the addition to the story here? Like,
No,
why
there is none. No, there is
It's
none.
just,
There's, no,
it's just
there's
here's that we finally got this robot to work.
Mhm. Yeah, we all it is we finally worked out how to do it without it looking stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, like you said,
You
they
don't
finally
sound-
fixed it. You know,
That's it.
took
That's it.
50
And I mean,
years.
he's been in Disneyland since 2015, so they've had enough time to work out the kinks, shall we say?
Let's say at that rate, we should get the Yeti back in 2073.
No, never. Theme lands in development for Coco Encanto and Disney Villains at Magic Kingdom.
Where's it gonna go?
Well, it's gonna go. So it could possibly be replacing Rivers of America. There's a big structure just at the very front of the concept art you see there. It's actually
You
going to
thinking
go
Big Thunder?
behind Big Thunder Mountain.
Okay.
So that's why they're saying it could possibly replace the Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island, and basically just clear all that land that's behind there. So the lands that are possibly being made are Coco, Encanto, and Disney Villains. Plans are in early development, but guests could enter the Casita from Encanto and ride on the Algebra from Coco. I didn't add that one. Sorry, I thought I added another picture. I didn't. What do we think about this possibly coming to Madam?
Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it now. Make all three, but if they can only make one, what one would you pick and why is it Disney Villains?
Yeah. You're not wrong though.
No.
But you're not wrong.
You know that they won't do that though.
No, I know. They'll make Encanto because they know they can make a buttload of money out of it.
Yeah.
The correct answer is Disney Villains, but they will make Encanto.
Yeah, of course they will.
Let's be honest, right? If they don't make Coco, somebody will sit down and go, I really want a Coco ride. Where in Disney World could we put a Coco ride?
Easy. I know exactly where they're going to put where they should put a Coco ride.
I totally agree.
Coco doesn't need an entire land.
No, it doesn't. It needs a boat ride in Epcot.
Yeah.
I love the Free Caballeros. It's a great attraction. It's a great dark ride to do, you know, particularly when it's really hot outside with the aircon.
Yeah.
But to me, particularly with that horrible restaurant, I think the entire Mexico Pavilion needs a bit of an update. And then, like
what
you say
about that restaurant?
He doesn't like it, Matt.
Whoa.
You know the one where it's so dark that you can't see the swell that they're feeding you.
That's why they give you candles, Andy. Anyway.
Moving on. Harmonious to be replaced with 100 Years of Wonder Nighttime Spectacular at Epcot. A brand new Epcot Nighttime Spectacular will replace Harmonious in 2023 for the 100 Years of Wonder and the upcoming 40th anniversary of Epcot. Not sure when this is going to be, but there is a rumor that Epcot Forever will be returning for a limited time before this new show comes into play. Does this mean they're going to get rid of the horrible barges?
But what am I going to do about the Stargate in the middle of Epcot?
It would just look better, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, obviously, but you know,
they spent such money on the barges.
And that's what I mean.
I don't care. Sink them.
When they announced Happily Ever After coming back, and then they started talking about Harmonious, I was like, oh, they've all realised their mistakes and Illuminations is coming back.
But how bad, right? How bad must them two new shows have been for Disney to go, crap, we need to get rid of them and we need to get something decent in Sharpish. How can they mess it up that bad?
Yeah.
So there's been other shows, other podcasts, obviously, who've mentioned several times that people are getting emails after the holidays or after the trips, or even locals saying, oh, you know, if you could change one thing, what would it be? Bump. Because, I mean, Illuminations ran for God knows how many years. And it was brilliant.
It was so good that the United States airports all play the Illuminations music during the welcome video.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. I still listen to the Illuminations theme probably once, twice every 2 weeks. I will still listen to the whole soundtrack. I love it.
It's a great
And I miss
soundtrack.
it.
Yeah,
I
it's
miss
wicked.
it dearly. Apart from the weird globe bit halfway through, that was madness. But are we excited for a new Epcot nighttime show?
Yeah, I'm
Providing
not
they
really.
don't mess it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was never
basically,
that bothered by Harmonious, so whatever.
yeah, yeah. I'd be quite happy because I never got to see Epcot Forever, and I am, as most of you know, I am a proper old school Epcot fanboy that loves his Horizons and Kitchen Cabaret and Food Rocks and World of Motion and all that stuff. And the original Journey into Imagination is by far the greatest attraction I've ever been on. So to hear all that music in person in Epcot again, that would be my emotional thing next year. I think if
Yeah.
if I was able to see Epcot
Yeah.
forever. Yeah. Speaking of Journey into Imagination, Figzilla's coming back.
Yay.
So the Figment meet and greet will be returning to Epcot in 2023 for a limited time. I'm going to assume it's going to be the big Figment, and not any kind of puppet Figment, seeing how the Dreamfinder isn't.
Unless they have Dr. Nigel
Alive?
Channing.
No thanks.
No.
I
I remember I was looking at some pictures recently. My mum was clearing out some stuff in her house, and this picture of theirs being quite young with the Dream Finder and that, puppet version of Figment. It's very cool.
I'm friends with the Ron Schneider, the Dreamfinder, who done the voice for the ride and was the meet and greet Dreamfinder on Facebook. We don't talk or anything, but we're just friends on Facebook. And he put up his new cover photo on Facebook is the Epcot 40th logo, but it's all Figment in the background, and the caption says, "There you go, he's back. Satisfied? Okay, shut up."
Brilliant.
Which I think is just superb. Just superb. The Moana Journey of Water Communicore Hall is slated to open late 2023. So they announced that the walkthrough experience of Moana Journey of Water is currently under construction at Epcot, which we've all seen. And it was recently revealed that the experience will feature a 16-foot tall Te Fiti figure, which is what you're seeing here. We're also going to get the Walt statue coming at that same time as well. But I'm still unsure about this Moana thing because we don't really know a lot about it at the time. But I'm hoping it's not going to suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Moana, they came out and blue skied something for Animal Kingdom, which is they are blue skying Moana and Zootopia to replace Dino Land USA at Disney's Animal Kingdom. So land containing both Moana and Zootopia will replace Dino Land USA at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Plans are still in early stages. No details really were announced. But you can see there's obviously a bit of concept art here, which have you can see Moana's boat on the left-hand side and what looks like some sort of aerial carousel Dumbo-y type experience there.
Yeah.
I'm annoyed by this Really, really annoyed.
See, when we went, Dinoland's a bit of a mess. So since they pulled down the Whiplash roller coaster,
Yeah.
it's kind of there's nothing there. I mean, you've got the Triceratops, and you've got a couple of the games. You've got Restaurantosaurus on the right hand side, and you've got the Dino Digs, but it's a very, very half-assed area.
Yeah.
And
No, I don't disagree with that.
But
My
make
my
it
thing
better.
is, my thing is fix it.
yeah,
Fix
But-
Dino Land.
we've had this conversation before, right? I love Dinosaur the film. I love Dinosaur the ride, but it is not a relevant IP. It's what you're talking 2002 Dinosaur came out.
But it fits the
2000.
theming of Animal Kingdom.
Much more than
So-
Zootopia does or Moana, yeah.
But
So
the thing is, I get Zootopia because Animal Kingdom and Zootopia is a city of animals. What's Moana bringing to the table, Animal Kingdom wise?
water. And
That's not
sea
an animal.
creatures.
Well, we've got the seas for that. Haven't we? We don't need a
It's not
water
an
area.
animal. That's not an animal.
What was not an animal though?
No, I know it isn't.
It's bringing chickens.
Chickens, a pig, and a giant
And-
crab.
And a giant
Yeah.
crab. I don't get
Okay,
the
build me
Moana
a giant
thing.
Tamatoa animatronic.
No, I don't get it.
I think that's that in
honestly,
the background.
I think. Oh God, don't. I think the reason why I'm annoyed by it, and I need to stop getting annoyed by it because eventually they're going to tear all my childhood rides down anyway. So deal with it.
Tiki room.
Yeah. I love Dinosaur. I think it's got one of the best pre-shows. I know not everything works in it anymore, but I just love it. I love the whole concept of it. And they're going to tear it down because they can't be bothered to fix the land that it's in. It's easier, and it is easier, to tear the whole land apart and build on with the IPs of Moana and Zootopia. Now, granted, they will probably both be very cool areas of the park once they're, or if this even goes ahead, because the amount of times we've heard Disney say they're going to build a land and they don't even break ground on said land. And there's been a fair amount of times. That's what I'm kind of hoping happens here. But my thing would be fix the land in question. It can be fixed. I just don't want to get rid of Dinosaur, basically.
And also, if they really wanted to change the land that much, you've already got a land from when Animal Kingdom first opened. It was meant to have Beastly Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
So cut it in half like they're doing anyway. Keep Dinosaur, put some more dinosaur stuff around that area, and then the other half, build the Beastly Kingdom you were always meant to build.
But that's it. You could keep the ride Dinosaur and have it as a little land. You have Restaurantosaurus, Dinosaur the ride, and you could move the boneyard over that way so it all fits in a land there. And then you could build the rest of this stuff. Triceratops spins and all that stuff is. Because
Yeah, no one cares about that.
you're just replacing a spinner ride. Look at that concept art.
Mm.
You
I mean, how
know,
many spinner
it's,
rides do
oh, loads. You just need loads. If I had
there's
it
what,
my
3
way,
at Magic
Andy,
Kingdom?
yeah, Aladdin,
Dumbo.
Dumbo,
And Astro.
Dumbo.
Yeah, there's 3.
Yeah. I mean, if I had it my way, Andy, I'd build a whole theme park full of spinner rides. Just for a laugh. Do we count Mad Tea Party as a spinner ride?
No, it's
No,
a
because
bobby.
you don't spin.
Yeah.
You don't spin it.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, just for this for me right now. Unless they announce something that's going to be absolutely spectacular and blow me away, I've got no time for this at the minute. But yeah,
And also, if they wanted to go down the theme of water so badly, Atlantis, building Atlantis land,
it's
building
not an
100%.
IP that counts. It's not an IP
Fish.
that counts though.
Fish are animals.
Fish are animals. Remember that,
Water's
kids.
not an animal.
Remember that, kids. Fish are animals.
Not friends. Wait, hang on.
That's the other side of the park.
Yeah, I mean, make a Nemo area. I mean, what? Why do you need a water area? You've obviously got the seas at Epcot. My concern is you don't need to replicate that kind of IP somewhere else, right? So, to me, Animal Kingdom was always about the natural world and conservation, right? So, okay, we've got
Dinosaurs are
Africa.
part of the natural world.
Yeah, they're part of the history of the natural world, and like you say, Beasts of Kingdom, the mythological side of it. You know, it's you could even start looking at things like Percy Jackson and Aragon, where you've got the dragons, you've got the Minotaurs. You could do some weird, wacky stuff there with relevant IP. You know, there's 1,001 things that you could possibly do.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
mean,
they
But
don't
it's like
want to.
it's like
but they don't want to.
it's like Disney's Hollywood
Lazy.
Studios, though, isn't it? Disney's Hollywood Studios is not a studio park anymore. It's Star Wars, it's Pixar, and it's other bits.
I mean, I'm just gonna throw this out here. If you're gonna replace Dino Land, I and I can't believe I'm going to. I mean, yeah, Wakanda.
See, I'd rather see Wakanda in Epcot.
So we'd be putting fake places into World Showcase.
Yes, because the land of Arendelle exists,
That's just Norway.
based in Norway. But you know, it's I think for what Black Panther did about cultural representation of the African continent, I think to do that little Camp Africa area and make it into a Wakanda section would be fantastic.
Hmm.
I mean, let's be honest, right? We've got this Andorian Pavilion.
That's true. That's true.
And it's a Marvel IP that they can use without breaching the Universal agreement.
That's it. That's why I'm saying Wakanda, because they can use Wakanda as long as they don't put Marvel's Black Panther Wakanda. You label it like you have with Pandora. So Pandora, the world of Avatar.
Yeah.
So it would be you could just call it Wakanda, couldn't you?
Oh, it'll be the Wakanda Cultural Outreach Program like they did at the end of the film where they were building centres. Yeah. That's exactly what you would build it as.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I would like to see. Something based on Black Panther and Wakanda. Not Moana that we've already said is going into Epcot.
And then base it on Wakanda forever, and then they've got Namor, so they still got water.
Ta-da!
There you go, Disney. Put us on the payroll. We'll sort it out.
Oh, there you go. Not hard,
We
was it?
fixed Animal Kingdom.
Yay! Now, if we could just put a big umbrella over the top of it so it's not the hottest place in the world, that'd be fantastic.
Next week, we're going to fix DVC resorts so they don't look like a rehab centre.
I wouldn't know.
No, I will next year. Animal Kingdom Kidani's 1-bedroom villa with a savannah view, baby.
Oh, it's got to be a savannah view, isn't it?
Of course it is. Of course it is. Only for a couple of nights, though. Don't think I'm super rich, everyone. But yeah, I mean, before we wrap up and say goodbye to the kind folks that actually listen to our podcast, I mean, a few things I was a bit surprised not to hear. I mean, I know we got the Figment meet and greet coming back, but I was a bit surprised not to see something like, oh, we're fixing Journey and gutting it and redoing that, and no Play Pavilion talk. Remember that, kids? Remember the Play Pavilion?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That one's gone AWOL. I mean, was there a couple of things that you guys maybe thought, oh, we might get an announcement, or they might even mention it or something along the lines of that? I mean,
I've got to be honest, right? I'm still concerned that 2 years after the announcement of Epic Universe, Disney has not come back with a fifth gate or something
Because
to combat.
because Disney are reactive. They
But
don't. They're going to sit there and go, "Oh, it's okay. We're Disney. We're untouchable." Then Epic Universe is going to open. And they're going to go, "Oh, we best do something here."
Oh, turns out a lot of people like Super Nintendo and How
Yeah.
to Train Your Dragon and Monsters. We have
Best
that.
and there's
best
even
call up
more wizards.
best call
Yeah.
up that game company that we usually partner with and make a Kingdom Hearts world.
Oh, stop it. Imagine that.
It's
Yeah.
going to be awful. I mean, it's just Disney's ticket sales are slowing. They'll raise prices, and we still has Blizzard Beach reopened yet?
I don't believe it has.
No, that's been shut since the 19th century.
I don't believe it has. But yeah, I mean, it just, I don't know. D23 for me now, when D23 first started, I was like, yeah, everything's amazing.
Everything is other.
But I don't look at those announcements and get blown away by anything, really. The only thing that has kind of blown me away is the fact that we're going to get a multiverse attraction for Avengers Campus. That's it.
But we're not.
No, but that's it. No, but we are. We're still Disney fans at the end of the day. So we are, regardless of whether we're going to actually visit it or not. That's down to us if we want to do that. But yeah, and again, I was very surprised. No Blizzard Beach, nothing about that, because that is still closed.
It does feel like at the moment. I mean, don't get me wrong, Universal's updating things. They do that all the time. Disney's just not investing in parks. They're happy to take the money from it. They're happy to take the revenue, but they're not investing in it.
Yeah.
And all right, yeah, we'll transplant a ride that we built in Shanghai, and we'll transplant a ride that we built in Paris. But it is very much, like you say, reactionary to the point that I don't think Disney will ever go out of business. That's never going to happen. But they're certainly going to lose their standing in terms of one of the best experiences for parks in Florida, if not the US, and they'll lose it to Universal. Universal will be the preeminent parks of the area, if not already.
Mate, I wouldn't be surprised if Universal have gained on Disney over the last since the reopenings of the park. I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
No.
So yeah. Anyone got anything else they want to add on D23 before we wrap things up?
Bring back Disney Afternoon.
Huh?
Bring back the Disney Afternoon show.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? That'd be cool. Yeah. Bring back that show from 1989 that we watched until 1994. That'd be great. I love it. Yeah. Cool.
Bring back an experience that doesn't cost me a spleen, a kidney, and a liver.
I feel we're ending on a negative note.
No, well, Tron's opening. There you go. That's positive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I know what you mean, but that's how the conversation went. It won't be negative next week because we are going to talk about our favorite memories of Epcot when it comes to the 40th anniversary. So we are going to have a super positive.
I'm all over that jacket, by the way.
Huh?
I'm all over that jacket, by the way.
Oh, it looks good, doesn't it?
Posted.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be allowed to buy it.
No, I know.
But I definitely want it.
Yeah. The 40th merch looks very good. So yeah, so that is going to do it for this episode of WDW UK Newscast the Pod. Like we did say at the beginning, subscribe on the channel would be greatly appreciated. Again, you can also find us Facebook, Instagram there. So join us next time when we discuss a special episode dedicated to Epcot and its 40 years of entertaining and edutaining us. Haha, see what I did there? Haha, wicked. So that is going to this week's episode. Have a great, big, beautiful day. And remember, tomorrow is just a dream away. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.